welcome to another edition of the Backyard Professor videos. I'm Kerry Schertz, the Backyard Professor. I'm talking about this argument against the Book of Mormon that there's absolutely nothing in its favor. No archaeology, no history, no linguistics, no culture. There's no reality, there's no substance to the Book of Mormon. I believe that argument's patently false. I'm in Diane Worth's Decoding Ancient America, a guide to the archaeology of the Book of Mormon. Brand new book, 2007, fresh out. She discusses in the Book of Mormon on page 6, she's on page 6, about the tropical climate. Now this is an interesting situation. There were some who died with fevers, which at some seasons of the year were very frequent in the land. That's Alma 4640. The Book of Mormon lands in the eastern portion of Mesoamerica had a tropical hot climate, and sickness from fevers was common. In fact, the Book of Mormon describes how during one of their battles, Amalickiah and his men were overpowered by fatigue because of the heat. And because of their fatigue, of course, Teancum and his servant was able to put a javelin to the heart of Amalickiah while he slept in his tent, thus causing the death of this king. This is Alma 51, verse 33 and 34. The Lamanites in particular often wore very little clothing during battle, and the Book of Mormon records this, Alma 43:20. Even though it may have been uncomfortable, the Nephites wore thick clothing for protection against their enemies, Alma 43:19. William Hamblin has shown how this thick clothing was definitely a Mesoamerican concept in their armor. After the end of the Nephite culture, many people of Mesoamerica adopted this padded-type clothing, which can now be seen in sculptures on warriors. And she shows one of the sculptures on the warrior. I don't know if you can see this or not. Ooh, maybe not. It's kind of dark. You can see that warrior. He's got a sculpture. He's got clothing, padded clothing on him. And then the writing systems. The one area in the world where there was in the New World where there was a writing system was in Mesoamerica, and she describes all the parallels between the ideas of, and there's been new writing systems, the Epi-Olmec, that they're still working on deciphering and understanding. So it wasn't just one type of system. There were many different scripts, many different types of hieroglyphics. She also notes a roller stamp inscription found in Tlatelolco, Mexico. She says these stamps are often called cylinder seals. They were particularly popular in the Near East, interestingly enough, where the Lehites lived before they came to their homeland in the Promised Land. One stamp in particular that was made in early Book of Mormon times, it dates back to the time of the Book of Mormon, and found in Mexico, has similar writing to the Anthon transcript that Joseph Smith said he copied off of the plates. The Nephite system of writing was considered unique to themselves. They had changed that, of course, but there's actual writing systems in Mesoamerica that are similar to the materials Joseph Smith took off the plates. What are the chances of that happening? It has now happened. She shows an example of this on page 8. And if you've seen the Anthem transcript, the Society for Early Historical Archaeology had an article on that also. So once again, there's a couple of more evidences there that show that this argument against the Book of Mormon, that the Book of Mormon has nothing going for it, that there's no archaeology, there's no linguistics, there's nothing in its favor, that argument is simply false.